What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tommy Sotomayor. I left going from, I need to get a GoPro. I left going from St. Louis this morning, or this afternoon, and people have been tweeting me, and I've been getting service intermittently because, as you can see, there's really not much out here. There's just nothing. So I don't get very good service. But I turned it to CNN on XM satellite radio, and for those who are out there, it's channel 115. And I turned it to CNN, and I was listening to what they were saying, and I got to put this message out there. Now, hopefully some people will listen. I guess we can call this news or blog. I don't know which one we'll put it. I don't even know if I'll be able to upload it from the phone. But I got to say this real quick. Missouri, St. Louis, Ferguson, there's no excuse in hell that you should be looting 6 days later after an incident. There's no excuse. There's no excuse that you are tearing up your own stores in your own community. There's no excuse that the majority of the people who are there trying to quote unquote loot those stores don't live there. They are Negroes from other places who just looked on television, saw, hey, I can go get me a TV. Hey, I can go get me some Nike shoes. I can go get me some rims. Now, right now, Ferguson, St. Louis, Missouri has the eyes of the nation on it. And instead of purporting yourselves like responsible citizens, what is happening is you're purporting yourselves as everything that they want to stereotype you as. The news is having a field day showing you black people as idiots, as savages. I've even heard some cops refer to you as savages. So let me tell you something. If this is the best you have, black people, this is the best you have. Well, that's pretty cool. I can put it on the steering wheel. If this is the best you have, if that's the best you are, then you have failed yourself and you have failed this cause miserably. There is no excuse for anyone to be doing what you're doing. And the fact that it's going on 6 days later is going to give them every right to send every piece of weaponry that they can send. And let me say this to the Ferguson Police Department. The Department of Justice told you not to release the film of Michael Brown. I just found this out today. They asked you explicitly not to release that film just yet because you did not release it on the first night. And you've released more information about the guy who's dead than you have released about the guy who killed him. That's a problem. You released this video after the one night that there just happened to be some rest, which was the one night I just happened to be on the street. So either I got lucky or what. But that one night there was peace. And after that you released an inflammatory video that, if not explained correctly, which from your own mouth, you're saying that the arresting officer, and this is Mr. Johnson said this, the arresting officer had no idea that Mike Brown was involved in a robbery. Yet he changed his mind at the end of the statement, and you guys need to pay attention, and a lot of you apparently don't. And now I'm on the road and I still can pay attention. Then he tried to change it and say, well, it's possible that the officer knew he had done this strong arm robbery. The Department of Justice understood that if you put this out, what you're trying to do, and if you notice that a lot of people in my comment section decided to take this as, see, that lets you know he's a bad guy. And as I said in my video, it doesn't matter what he did because he didn't have a weapon, which means he didn't deserve to be shot. Not only not once, but not 7 more times on top of that. That's called overkill, literally. But you released this tape anyway. And looting and rioting started that night. So while you're asking the citizens to handle their own business, which they should, you need to take some responsibility for what you did. Now, citizens, It is your job to protect your own community. It is your job to realize that not only are you having Negroes who kill each other every night out in the street, and you don't riot or protest. So for you to do it because a cop has and not protest, that's not a problem. It's the rioting and the looting part that doesn't make any damn sense. And you're doing it as if it's the best thing for you to do. I'm asking you to buck up. I'm asking you to change your tone. I'm asking you to make sure that the hooligans don't get to come from out of state, because you cannot blame the cops for doing anything that they're doing right now when what you're doing is going out and robbing and looting stores. There is no excuse. 6 days later, something should be done more than just let's tear up our own stuff. Anyway, people have been asking me for my commentary about what's going on. You can't help people that don't want to help themselves. No one can come from outside of Ferguson and help Ferguson. The only thing that's going to happen is either the people there are going to stand up and tone themselves down, or the government's going to send somebody in there and tone you down. And when the government sends somebody in there to tone you down, you're going to claim it's racist. Maybe you should have stopped looting your own damn stores, burning your own stuff up, running out in the street, blocking traffic. I don't know. Maybe there's better and more constructive ways to show your displeasure. That might be something you need to put your heads together to find out. Tommy Sotomayor, live from I-70. I'm out.